So what do you do here at Khan Academy?
I am the finance assistant, so I take care of financy type things, which includes the accounting, the bookkeeping, and then generating reports and managing benefits and just overviewing of like the accounts and stuff like that.
What does that mean? Like we're a not-for-profit. We're not a traditional business. Why is there finance at Khan Academy?
Yeah, so like any organization, there's just about any organization you can think of requires money to run it, and also to in order to just keep things going, like to pay for rent and keep the lights on and that sort of thing. So there are accounts that we have where we keep this money that we have to spend on these expenses, and so looking at that, making sure that the money's going to the right spots, things like that are what I do when looking at the accounts.
And what's your day-to-day like? Make it tangible for us.
Okay, so the day-to-day for me, like maybe a typical day, there will be some checks that come in. People are very supportive of Khan Academy, so they'll send in some kind of maybe a physical handwritten check, and then I go to the bank and deposit that into the accounts. And then for the rest of the day, maybe I'll look at inputting new hires and making sure they're in payroll, in the payroll system, so that the next time that payroll comes around, they get paid for doing the
very
work
important.
They do.
We all appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's how paychecks get dispersed, by being payroll.
Yeah, the payroll. So things like that I also take care of, and then making sure that like the benefits plans that people have, like medical insurance and things like that, those are those services are getting paid, and then people are input into those services so that the service knows that we need to cover this person and that sort of thing. And then there will also be reconciling the accounts, like looking through like the list of the expenses we paid, the checks we've written, and making sure that those are legitimate, like checks that we wrote, and that someone from the organization actually made that expense. So there's not really like fraud or anything like that.
Right. So there's a bit of a kind of a accountability, kind of just making sure that everyone's on the up and up.
Yeah, everything. They make sure that we that there was someone from the organization that decided to make an expense or pay for a service or something like that, and that's part of making sure that the accounts are as they should be. That no one's found their way into the account by a secret tunnel or something like that and able to siphon money.
And what were you doing before joining? You joined relatively. When did you join?
I joined about 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, joined very recently. Before this, I was an intern at Kiva.org, which is another nonprofit in the Bay Area, and I was doing financial analysis and that sort of thing for them.
And what's your background? What did you study in college to become this?
Well, I maybe for this role I have sort of an untraditional background because I studied the arts in college and did things like filmmaking and theater, and I still do theater now. And eventually I got into an MBA program and started studying finance and things like accounting. And so I was always passionate about like arts and education and that sort of thing. And then I eventually grew into wanting to do finance for like nonprofits and that sort of thing, for like with finance in terms of a mission. Doing finance for a mission is something that I was very passionate about.
And so how did you find your way to Khan Academy, and why did you join this band of somewhat crazy people?
It is a band of crazy people, I will agree to that. But how I found Khan Academy was, well, I've known about Khan Academy for a long time, actually, seeing like your interviews on like the television and whatnot, and hearing about the stories from even back when I was in San Diego. And so it's always been on my mind, like this Khan Academy. And so when I finally saw that there was an opening, I decided, this to me, it seems like a great place that I'd want to be. Let's see if they feel the same way. And so I decided to apply, and then meeting the people, meeting everyone here, it's just kind of reaffirmed that for me, that there's some really, really great people here, and that the mission is always like on people's minds, and there's such connection to the mission. Also, just this morning I was at P.A. Walsh, and I was
P.A. Walsh?
Yeah, the P.A. Walsh Elementary
yes.
in Morgan Hill, and it was with the people from Google, and handing them their check for $15,000 in technology.
Because we have this LearnStorm competition.
Because we have this LearnStorm competition, and they had incredible hustle at this
which is our measure of people, how much effort they're putting on.
Yeah, so these people put in these students put incredible effort into this LearnStorm competition that we had in the Bay Area, and so they were rewarded by Google with this incredibly generous check for like $15,000 to spend on technology for their school, and it's great to see all the kids so excited and see like the faculty that are just so passionate about seeing the kids excited. And it's just such a great way to be in touch with the mission, I think.
Yeah.
Seeing on the ground like how the Khan Academy and whatnot, its impact is actually affecting people, real people.
What surprised you most in the last 5 months?
What has surprised me most? I think I am surprised how. I think I'm surprised just how close people are in this organization. I feel like everyone seems to basically talk to everyone, and that's one of those things where people, I feel like they're connected to the different parts of everything that's going on. I mean, I might not know exactly like what the developer's doing and that sort of thing, but they constantly have these developer stand-ups, and I'm constantly around them like during lunchtime, and they're talking about different issues they're working through and different thought experiments they have, and it's fascinating to be part of a culture that's constantly thinking up new problems and trying to solve them, and sort of like pushing the envelope in that way. And so it's been very fascinating and very very enriching to be part of an organization that's constantly, both in touch with people that are users and learners, in touch with the product itself and how aggregate people are reacting to the product, and also in touch with each other, like across different departments, and then being able to just have that sort of sense of like, oh, or this is sort of a software development world, this is sort of a community partnership sort of world, this is a product world, and just having all these worlds come together and be such a tight-knit group is something that I've found really amazing.
Yeah, no, it's I consider myself pretty lucky as well to be working with you and the rest of the team.
Yeah, I feel very lucky to be here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.